Grand Rising, everyone. This is Artists of Truth, and welcome to another vlog entry. So you know what today is. Today is the weekend, and it's actually a nice day. I'm not even gonna sit up here in front. The morning is nice and bright. I had to put some moisturizer on my beard. I have my own moisturizing product, which pretty soon I'm gonna start advertising that too. But yeah. So what I wanted to get back on today is this lockdown. You know what I'm saying? This lockdown. So apparently, as I stated, before in a separate podcast, is that we're going back on lockdown, folks. So, I know for one, everyone wanted to get Trump out, and it's like now everyone's being subject to some form of lockdown. Honestly, Trump isn't even out of the house yet. Trump isn't even out of the house yet. Honestly, let me just say this. I don't even much care anymore about this whole political shit. I don't care anymore, because now it just comes off to me that the American people are very, very much confused right now. And I do mean confused. I mean, you got black Democrats, you got black folks out here who are latching to being Democrats, and black folks don't even know the history of Democrats. So, I look at the history and track record of shit. And what I notice is it's a lot of black folks that aren't. I hate to even say anything about my people, but I ain't even gonna lie. Shit needs to be said. And if there's some hurt feelings from black folks, then my thing is be hurt. But ask yourself the question, what is hurting your feelings? Because someone is actually telling you the truth, and they're telling you what you should be doing. They're telling you, hey, read the history, of Democrats. Remember that the Confederates were Democrats. And anyone that feels that, Confederate monuments should be taken down and, taken down from public display, guess what? If you feel that way, you shouldn't even be a Democrat. For one, I never understood that shit. The Democrats don't do anything more than want to keep you dependent on government. Democrats don't even do anything of greatness for the melanated community. So me personally, I be looking at y'all like, why the fuck y'all all, up in arms, and y'all out here in the streets dancing, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, but it's comical at the same time. You know? It's comical. And that's exactly what the shit is. You know? All this shit comical. I said it before, I'm like, you know, this mess is like a circus and a freak show all put together. You feel me? That's all it is, a circus and a freak show put all together. So I don't know, folks. You know, but anyway, getting back to the lockdown, you know, I was reading a tweet from someone by the name of Dan Price, and it started, you know, one of my brothers shared it with me this morning. I looked at it, I was like, oh wow. See, here we go with this shit. You know, like, here we go with this shit. So it pointed out that Amazon profits are up 100%. It also states that Walmart's profits are up 80%. Target's profits up 80%. Lowe's profits are up 74%. Microsoft, Facebook, Google, Apple, their stock is on a record high. And this shit is true. You know, this shit is true. I've been watching Amazon, Apple, and Google, and their stock just steady climbing. They profiting. They making it money. But small businesses are at 21% when they're closed. Revenue for the rest is down 30%. You know what's going to happen with the small businesses, right? Because the small businesses are the backbone of the community. So if you recall, the first initial lockdown, everything was closed except Walmart. Why? Walmart is, you know, they say, well, Walmart is an essential place. It's like, damn. It's like, but isn't it essential for everyone to be working? Your bills have to get paid. And just giving, you know, just handing out $600 checks or $1,200 stimulus checks don't do anything for American people. You're just making their situation a little more tighter. See, I'll say this much, because when it comes to melanated people, we've been at the bottom of that bucket for so long that for most of us, it really doesn't faze us because we've been down there before. You know, we've been at the bottom before. You know, we've struggled. I mean, hell, even on the previous, you know, on the initial lockdown, you know, it was like I still was out getting it. I had to. I had no choice. You know, I work for myself, so, you know, it was like the location I was at shut down, but I didn't shut down. I ain't give a fuck. You know, if they were gonna find me, I was like, okay, find me then. I was like, find me. I was like, you'll get that fine back, because me personally, I'm not even dealing with that level of bullshit. You know, I'm just, nah, I'm good. You keep that bullshit to your damn self. I never took a $600 stimulus weekly check. I didn't apply for that shit. I didn't apply for the $1,200. I just didn't apply for none of that shit. Surviving depends on the individual. And that's just what it is. You want to survive, you can survive. Just a lot of people don't want to go to that extent. A lot of people don't want to be at the bottom of that totem pole. And I understand it. It's like, shit, take that goddamn safety net from up under you and force you to work on things that you've made excuses not to get done. It's like, what can you say? This New York has somewhat started going on a lockdown. I just got more word that California is going on lockdown. So I'm gonna have to call my cousin. I'm gonna have to check on my cousin and my aunt out there in Cali. I got cousins, and my aunts out there. This is just a lot, This is just a lot. My issue is, if you had the first lockdown and the first lockdown was not successful, it just did more harm than good, what the hell makes you think, a second lockdown is going to do anything? Now, you already know. They are already lined up, ready to push these vaccines. Look here, let me encourage you all to do something for yourself. Start looking, downloading, and filling out an exemption form. An exemption for immunization. Take you out of that, save yourselves. That's my thing. Save yourselves. American people cannot continue walking around feeling helpless. You can't. And also, that takes me back to another point, because there was a call from another associate of mine. She hit me up, and she was talking about how she wasn't feeling good and she was sick and this, that, and the fifth. And I was like, well, you're not listening to your body. You're not listening to your body. Your body will tell you what it needs, what's good, what's bad. Things that you're not supposed to put into your body. Your body is going to respond. And if you think, I'm just talking bullshit, detox your body one good time. And a lot of processed foods that you were previously eating, stop eating those things. Focus more on fruits, vegetables, healthy grains, not like white rice. I'm talking about wild rice. You know what I'm saying? Focus on putting those things in your body just to start. Now, discipline really depends on the individual. So if you're not disciplined enough, I don't know what to tell you. There ain't no other way around it. You want to feel better? Well, hell, I say it like this. People in general want to feel better. They want to have a longer lifespan. Start eating healthy. I was told, it was like, damn, man, you done lost a lot of weight. You damn near skinny now. I was like, I might be skinny, but shit, I feel good. Like, shit, my body done a great job of getting rid of toxins and excess fat. So it's like, yeah, I wake up in the morning, I'm already on go. I'm ready to go. Matter of fact, let me take my sea moss pills. You know, they got sea moss capsules. These are called Smart Moss. They're herbal supplement, but I enjoy these things. I take 2 of these like every day. I take 2 of these every day. And when I tell you my energy level skyrockets, yeah, it does. Do a little research on sea moss. Your body will thank you later. But the responsibility of the American individual's health is their responsibility. It's theirs. If you do not take control of your health, guess what? These pharmaceutical companies, they're getting paid. You think they care more about American people, or they care more about their pay? They care more about their pay because they want to continue to sustain their lifestyle. You all should know that shit. I mean, we have selfish people in the world. Doctors are very, very selfish. Nurses are very, very selfish. You know, motherfuckers out here doing this shit for a paycheck. Simple as that. The doctors have orders. They have orders from a board, and that board answers to a higher up too. These pharmaceutical companies have doctors, nurses, surgeons, anyone in the medical field. They pretty much got them in the back of their pocket. You know, so for me to have those doctors and nurses that are actually elaborating on how important it is to exercise, eat healthy, you know, they get discredit. But the doctors and the nurses who are encouraging you to go out and get tested, get vaccinated when it comes available, those individuals they're not even going to take that fucking cocktail themselves. They're not. And even if they do, they are just as a bigger fool than some Americans. Most Americans. But again, you know, I just wanted to draw attention to this upcoming lockdown. As you know, as I stated, California is on its way to a lockdown. New York is currently in this state of lockdown. The schools have already, I believe they were saying the schools were shutting down indefinitely. So y'all better get ready to start homeschooling your kids. Like, just prepare for that shit. Stop playing. So, well, yeah. You know, it's a lot. It's overwhelming. And when they were yapping about, prepare for November, December, I knew something was coming up. I was like, shit, they saying prepare. If they're saying prepare, that means it's some bullshit about to unfold that's going to make a lot of people very, very upset or uncomfortable. I don't know about you all. I'm not trying to go on no fucking lockdown. I mean, shit, you want to lock American people down, and that shit still doesn't do anything. They're just using a lockdown as an excuse just to go out and vaccinate people. But again, when you get vaccinated, when people are vaccinated and they have side effects, or they get sick, or you start hearing cases where there have been a loss of lives behind this cocktail concoction that they've thrown together. It's like, what are you going to do? Because of course, you know, there's no liability with these pharmaceutical companies. They can't and will not be held responsible. So at that point, what are you going to do? As a parent, you go and you call yourself to be doing the right thing, and you get your child vaccinated. Your child gets sick. Your child gets sick. Then your child's in the hospital. Next thing you know, your child dies. Your significant other gets sick. They go in the hospital. They die. An elder immediately gets sick, goes to the hospital, and dies. My next question is, and I'm just thinking forward, not saying that this is going to happen. I hope that it doesn't happen. I hope something just happens where it keeps American people from being, you know, infused with, you know, with this cocktail shit. But think about it for yourself. Like, what if that shit really was that? It started making people sick. It started killing people. What is the next move for the American people? Like, what are you all going to do? Ask yourself. Are you going to go and, you know, are you going to go and blow up the doctor's office? Killing the doctor who gave your child or your significant other this drug? I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, who can you blame at that point? You won't be able to blame Trump. The ones you really should be blaming is those who are in Congress, who are in the Senate seat. Shit. I wouldn't feel bad if someone was to have taken a damn grenade and laid it on Ronald Reagan's tombstone and blew that bitch off. Like, shit. Blow that bitch up, because that's the motherfucker that signed off on that shit. He's the one that signed off on that bullshit. But, you know, hey, something like that, Senate, Congress, that's what they're responsible for. Because that shit that's not fair. That's not freedom. That's not liberty. That's not American-like. And this is why I feel that our country is really slick, the laughing stock in any place in the world. I honestly feel that way. If you're so patriotic, like, shit, there's nothing patriotic about being manipulated into taking a vaccine that you don't know if it's really going to work on your behalf or not. But you're just so trusting of the government, and you feel like, oh, they wouldn't do us any wrong. It's like, fuck out of here. Either you deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or you really don't give a fuck about people. You don't. But I digress. But in closing, just be careful. You know, be careful. My solution is Get your ass out here and exercise. All right? Get your ass out here and exercise. Stop putting these, stop eating processed shit. If you went to McDonald's and you've ate that shit, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Get that processed food out of your system. I'm riding through Buckhead. I'm seeing the Caucasians out here. They out here exercising, walking and jogging. And then I turn around and I look up and I see black folks on the other side of the sidewalk. They walking with face masks on. I was like, see, some of the Caucasians, they understand simple shit. Get your ass out here and walk. Get your ass out here and exercise. Exercise. It seems like exercising for my people, it seems like that is one of the greatest challenges is just to get your silly ass out here and exercise. Work out. God damn it, work out. This shit isn't going to kill you. This is going to make you stronger. Like, build up your immune system. Our bodies are designed. Our bodies are designed to repair itself. But if you keep cutting open the wound and bleeding out, you're not allowing your body to heal. You're not allowing that slash, that cut to heal. It's like you just keep digging into it. It's like, shit, once it starts healing, you go right back to digging into it. It's like, what do you want? What do you want for yourself? Do you want to feel healthy? Do you want to eat healthy? Do you want to stick around for your kids and your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren? It's like, is your health really and truly more important than a job? Like, shit, you can, I'm just being honest. Like, shit, you can have a great job, but shit, you can have a great job, but what the fuck is that great job to a person, who is sick on their deathbed? Nothing. Come on, people. Pay attention. It's your responsibility. It's not anyone else to make you feel better. Either you want it or you don't. And if you don't complain. Don't bitch, cry, complain about nothing. Stop it. If you don't like how something is going, all right, what are you doing to change it? Are you doing anything for yourself? Because change starts with self. So are you doing anything? If you're not, shut up. My words of encouragement, my message to get people to do right in general for themselves. If you don't want it and the information is being given away free, solutions are being provided. If you don't want to take those solutions and apply it to yourself, that's no one else's fault. That's your fault. So don't cry, don't complain when they come knocking at your door talking about, hey, we need you to take this. Let us take this and swab up your nose because we're going to test you. Now take this, we're going to stick you in your arm. This is the vaccine. If you have any complications, come back and see us. If you make it. But in the meantime, in between time, take care of yourselves and each other. Be safe. Remember, I love you. Yeah, I love you. So I'll talk to you all soon. Peace.